Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be testing out T-Mobile 2G one last time before it shuts down entirely. We did have the big scare last year where it was supposed to shut down in April of 2024, but then that got canceled. But then there were some reports where it could change beginning of February 2025. Well, it is November 2025 and I still have perfectly usable T-Mobile 2G. Thing is, I do not know how long that could last, so in this video we're going to be testing out T-Mobile on these three phones. This one is confirmed working. This one I want to try out because it apparently supports it. And this is the only other 2G GSM phone I have with a SIM card slot. I have smartphones with a slot, but I honestly just want to try out the basic phones tonight. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to test out phone calls. We're going to call in this empty McDonald's gift card. Go ahead, check it for yourself. It's empty. I do not plan on reloading this. I do have a plastic one that I reload. We are on T-Mobile. We do have GPRS. So let's call the number and give it a shot. Let's give this a call. I'm not going to actually check the card. I'm just going to go to the menu.
Thank you for calling McDonald's Arch Card Balance Hotline. Para español, oprima dos. Please enter the 16-digit card number.
But now let's try out the part that you probably clicked on this video for, and that is going on the internet. So we will open up my bookmarks. Google is preset on this phone. As you can see, it loaded the very broken layout Google homepage. I'm pretty sure this phone has like 4 megabytes of RAM, so won't be able to do much here, but at least we can like look some stuff up. But I've actually never had a website other than Google open up, so that's interesting. That is the phone that I'm filming this on. As you can see, it did load. We have... I'll wait for the website to finish loading because it'll come out with like a RAM error or something if I try loading 2 websites at once. But we can scroll through. All that is true. We can access the information. It does have a 12 megapixel camera. YouTube, the site will kind of load, but it just goes to a white screen. What I mean by load is it actually connects, it doesn't show an error or anything. We can even kind of download pictures to this phone. It only downloads the preview, so it looks horrible, but at least we can still do it. There we go. Once again, gotta wait for it to finish loading before we can save anything. Save the image. Sometimes it'll come up with not exist. But we can save the web page. And now we can access it online, and I can access it after the 2G shutdown. So now what I want to do is I want to pull the SIM card out of this and put it into this. Actually, we're going to do this first because it's locked to boost, so I don't expect much, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. Here's our boost SIM. Hoping this phone will accept the Mint SIM. All right, the Mint SIM went in there just fine. Let's turn it on. All right, that's good. We do have I-290. That crazy effect you're seeing in the screen is not visible in person. It's only the camera because the screen is just scratched. Okay, we're on the Boost Mobile screen. Carrier not supported. Can't get out of this screen. I guess that's a no. Just notice this Mint SIM says 84K on it, or 64K. I wonder if it's 64 kilobytes. So now let's try the Casio GZ1 Ravine. There it is, the classic Verizon Vodafone SIM. And I'll let it boot up to see what we get. And I just exited out of it, but it came up with SIM locked. And it gave me the option for CDMA or 911, so I just exited out. I chose CDMA. I think there was a way to unlock this, so I'm going to do some research and see what we come back with. And no way, we actually got T-Mobile 2G working on here. So I'm going to see what we can do. So let's call this number right here and see what we get.
Español, oprima dos. Please enter the 16-digit card number.
Wow, it actually works. Did not expect that. Okay, so I don't know if Google's going to load, but we can try because I haven't entered the whole APN stuff yet, but we can give it a shot. Okay, I typed in Google and see what happens. So I unfortunately could not figure out how to get this browser working, but we are going to do a couple of other things. Let's try sending a picture and see if that goes through. Tried typing in my phone number and that's what I get. Great. Believe it or not, I actually got the message. I also want to try out a couple of other things because I've actually never used one of these activated before. So let's go into the apps shop and see if we get anything. So it's been a couple of minutes. It's still stuck on checking upgrades, so I'm just going to say it won't work. Could have something to do with the whole APN type thing. I forgot picture messages used data service, so it probably ain't going to work. Yeah, it didn't work. Didn't work on the N3310 either. So in reality, that's about it for T-Mobile 2G. It's basically just calling and texting and browsing the internet. This video is just supposed to be documenting it while it's still alive. It basically performs like how you'd expect a more modern dumb phone to perform. But in the near future, I have a feeling that you won't be able to see the words T-Mobile displayed on a phone like this anymore. Even that could be cool to find. So I am going to leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Try to make this video as long as possible, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye, guys. If you're wondering how I did this, here, it's a Mint Mobile trial. But what would happen if the Mint Mobile SIM was inserted into the Pantech Breakout, a 4G phone? So the phone finally finished booting, but it appears that it's saying that the SIM card is from an unknown source. This was brand new sealed, but I unboxed it. And I've actually never been able to see this thing connect to a network before. It's kind of a shame that we get nothing. I had a feeling this would happen, that's why I did not include this before the outro. But for reals this time, bye guys.